Are you a new Town Hall 9 and you're looking to find out what the best way is for you to upgrade your new Town Hall 9 base? Well, this is the ultimate guide for you. Hey everybody, what's going on? Klaus here, and thank y'all so much for tuning in. Today we're going to be discussing how to upgrade a brand new Town Hall 9 base. What is the best buildings that you should upgrade and why? Now we're going to be discussing everything from defenses to offensive buildings to resource buildings, heroes, walls, even the laboratory. Which troops, which spells should you upgrade first? So be sure and tune in and listen because you're in for a ride. Now the first thing that you want to remember is make sure that you have upgraded and maxed out your Town Hall 8 base first, because this guide depends on the fact that you maxed out your Town Hall 8. That includes your walls, heroes, laboratory, and all of your buildings. Now guys, some fun facts before we get started. The Town Hall 9 base, if you keep all 5 of your builders busy around the clock 24/7 and you don't spend any gems, Town Hall 9 is going to take you approximately 174 days. And the laboratory is actually going to take a little bit longer at 206 days, as long as it never stops working. Also, an amazing fact found from the cumulative costs Clash of Clans wiki page is that if you were to gem a base from Town Hall 1 to max Town Hall 9, including the heroes and the laboratory and the walls and everything, it would cost you over $7,000. Now that we're familiar with Town Hall 9, let's discuss the first upgrades that you should focus on whenever you just start your Town Hall 9 base. Now, there's some very important offense buildings that you need to upgrade absolutely first on day 1. Now, those include the laboratory. The laboratory will always be a day 1 upgrade because all the new troops and all the new spell upgrades are incredibly important, and it should be done day 1. Now, if you have not upgraded your laboratory yet, make sure you do that, and then wait for the end of the video where we're going to discuss which troops and spells you should upgrade and in which order. Following the laboratory, guys, it's important to note that the Archer Queen is now available and really should go down onto your base on day 1 because it's a 0-second upgrade, which means that she is instantly on your base and she adds a ton of damage on both offense and defense. And then also, on the other side of the coin, you get 20 new Barbarian King upgrades. Both of the Archer Queen and the Barbarian King can go to level 30 now as a Town Hall 9, and it is highly recommended that you max out your King and your Queen before you go to Town Hall 10. So therefore, focusing your Dark Elixir on your heroes is incredibly important, guys. After that, we've got the Clan Castle, and that's going to unlock an extra 5 troop spaces from 25 to 30 as a max Town Hall 9. So now you can hold a Golem in your Clan Castle. You can hold a like a Lava Hound or an extra Giant or whatever it is that you want to carry in your Clan Castle. Going to 30 is incredibly good, incredibly powerful, and one of the only early game gold upgrades that you get for early Town Hall 9. So definitely want to get the Clan Castle going as soon as you can. Next, guys, is one of the absolute most important the most important offense buildings on your base, and that is your army camps, guys. As you can see, I have 205 army total capacity. 220 is the max. I only upgraded 1 on this base, and guys, that extra 5, 10, 15, and 20 troops can make the difference between a 3-star and a high percent 2-star, or even a mid-percent 2-star. Those extra troops are absolutely invaluable, and this is one of the most important elixir and offense-based upgrades that you can do on any new Town Hall level, but especially new Town Hall 9. Next, guys, we've got the Spell Factory. Now, the Spell Factory is going to unlock both the Jump Spell and the Freeze Spell. So it's very important. That Jump Spell is very, very nice, as it takes only 2 spell capacity to jump over walls, then using 4 Earthquake spells, which obviously takes 4 spell capacity. Also, guys, it adds 2 spell capacity to your overall coffers of holding spells. So this Spell Factory upgrade is actually extremely important, guys. The Freeze Spell is useful, but you can only get level 1, so not really a highlight. But that jump spell and that extra 2 troop capacity is very, very important for a new Town Hall 9. Next, guys, we've got the Dark Spell Factory, and that gets 2 upgrades, and that is going to unlock both the Haste spell, which is incredibly important for Lunian farming or Lava Lunian attacking for trophy pushing your war, and then also the Skeleton spell, which doesn't hold as much value, but it is very useful on certain bases with a rage spell for taking out an enemy queen. So both are highly recommended, very important upgrades for you and your base. And then following that, guys, is both the barracks, which gets a level and is going to unlock the baby dragon, one of the most powerful troops in the game, and obviously one of the best bundling troops in the game. So you definitely want to unlock the baby dragon in your barracks and maybe upgrade them one at a time. That way you're not hindered too bad in raiding or farming. And then also, guys, the dark barracks get 2 upgrades, unlocking both the witch and the lava hound. It's recommended do both of these because the witch is involved in one of the most powerful Town Hall 9 attacks in the game called MSMD. Check out my guides playlist for more information on that. But also for the lava hound to do the lava loonian or go la loon attack for war and trophy pushing, a very powerful attack, and getting your lava hounds unlocked and then upgraded to level 2 as early as possible will benefit you so much on your Town Hall 9 base. Now, this is the big picture for offense buildings you get upgrades for. I recommend doing these as quickly as you can. Lots of elixir, lots of dark elixir in your heroes, but it's absolutely worth it, guys. Recommendation, drop down to Gold League, do some Barch, and just really enjoy yourself at this stage of Town Hall 9. Also, you want to focus on getting your queen to level 5 as soon as you can. That way you unlock her special ability, the Royal Cloak, where she goes invisible and has an increased damage per second for a set amount of time. Very, very powerful. Now, on the same note of offense buildings, we also have resource buildings, and Town Hall 9 gets a 4th gold storage and elixir storage. So putting in the new storages as soon as possible and upgrading them will help you a lot. And maybe some of these upgrades, I know the army camps going to level 7 are very expensive, along with many of the other upgrades that were mentioned. So getting the new storages upgrading fast is very important for you, as well as you get a new gold mine and elixir collector, and that's free loot. So upgrading those when you feel like it, when you can, is very, very important. Also, guys, your dark elixir storage gets 2 new upgrades, and that's very important for upgrading your heroes later in game. So getting that upgraded is important. And lastly, for resource buildings, guys, is the dark elixir drill, and you get both of your dark elixir drills get 3 new levels. So the capacity that it can hold, as well as how much dark elixir it produces per hour, drastically increases. And they're very expensive upgrades, but very, very worth it. So guys, this is the big picture of the top and utmost important buildings that you can do as a Town Hall 9. And if you can get all those buildings maxed out as soon as possible, you will not regret it. You'll be able to attack better. You'll be able to produce more loot at a time without playing the game. It's easy stuff, supplemental, and also you will be able to do all the attack strategies that are out there, and believe me, there are a lot of them for Town Hall 9. Now also, I think it is important to note that you get some new traps, and we'll go ahead and include them here. You get 2 seeking air mines and a new giant bomb. It's recommended that you put in the new traps and upgrade them to max, and also your existing traps like the bombs and the spring traps and the air bombs, get all of those and max them out to Town Hall 9 max as soon as possible, because we all know that attacking a dead base without traps is so much easier than attacking a live base with live traps. So upgrading these, maybe with your extra gold that you might have as you do all these elixir upgrades at the beginning of Town Hall 9, could be a very useful use of your gold. And lastly, for first moment, is actually your new walls, if I can actually find them. There we are. Okay, not an archer tower. It's the new walls, guys. We've got several new walls. I believe it's either 25 or 50. I actually did not write it down for some reason, but we've got a whole bunch of new walls, guys. It's recommended that you put in your new walls and upgrade them to max Town Hall 8 level, which is level 8 for walls, as soon as you can, because it will enable you to build more complex bases and protect your base and your loot and your Town Hall and your stars and your trophies that much better. On that same note, guys, we've got 5 new defenses on your new Town Hall 9 base, and those new defenses are actually all air targeting, with the Wizard Tower, the Arch Tower, the Air Defense, the Sweeper, and the Tesla. They all target air troops, and guys, that's because air is so powerful at Town Hall 9. So the idea behind a new Town Hall is to get stronger, right? So putting in the new defenses is actually the quickest and best way to add more damage onto your base. So in the past, I recommended delaying these new defenses because of what's called war weight, but because of the current way the war match system is set up, delaying these defenses won't benefit you all that much. So you should definitely put in these new defenses and get them to max tunnel 8 level with the rest of the defenses as soon as you can. Now, a lot of you are probably thinking, where's the X-bow? Well, the X-bow is of special consideration because it is extremely heavy in war weight, and we will discuss that whenever we discuss all of the defenses. Which defenses should you upgrade first? That is the discussion for the next panel. And here we are, guys, the part of the guide that we have all been waiting for. Which defenses should you upgrade on your base to add the most bang for your buck, the most damage per second over time? Because you can have an upgrade that's going to add 1,000,000 damage per second onto your base, but if it takes a year to upgrade, it's not worth it. You know what I mean? So this formula, yes, I'm going to throw math at you guys. There is a formula on the screen, guys. I use this to determine the best upgrade for your base. It's considering everything: damage per second added during the upgrade. It includes splash damage. If it's splash damage, I multiply the DPS by 3 because that seems to be the average. It also includes the range of the defense, and then it includes the target type. Is it ground, air, or both? Gets all of that and divides it by how long the upgrade takes. And guys, I come up with a number that I use called the effective number, and basically it's saying what are the best upgrades to do to add the most DPS onto my base. Now, before we get into the discussion, as you can see, the first upgrade is the X-bow, which adds a ton of effectivity onto your base at 7.1. You'll find that's a huge number, but I want to discuss X-bows first. So if you are war-oriented, or you don't want to rush, or you want to make sure that you can handle bases of your strength, it's recommended that you upgrade your X-bows, put them in at level 1 once your queen is level 10. Let's also remember our barbarian king is level 10 because we didn't rush, right? Now, once you have level 10 king and queen, go ahead and put in your level 1 X-bows. After that, upgrade your X-bows to level 2 once your heroes are level 15 apiece, and level 3 once your heroes are 2020. What that's going to do is that's going to help you control your war weight and make sure that you're able to 3-star bases of your weights. Now, there's a very well-known quote around my area, and it is, if you can't 3 it, don't build it. So guys, if you're in war and you can't beat bases with level 3 X-bows, don't upgrade them. If you can beat level 1 X-bows, then go ahead and upgrade them, go ahead and build them. So with all that considered, guys, if you don't care about all that and all you care about is adding the most damage per second, protecting your base, protecting your loot, protecting your trophies, whatever it is that you care about, then this is what you want, because it took just simply math to determine the best upgrade for your base. So number 1, guys, is the level 1 X-bow with an effective rating of 7.1. Don't upgrade them to level 2 yet, because the wizard tower, the new level 7 wizard tower, has an effective rating of 2.55. Now that is much lower than the level 1 X-bow, but that's because the level 1 X-bow adds so much DPS onto your base. And also I did consider the air and ground version of the X-bow, because it does target all troops, not just ground or just air. Also, guys, the wizard tower got such a big boost, not because of its range. As you can see, it's got a small range, but because it is splash damage and it targets both ground and air, so it hits every troop in the game, which is excellent. After that, guys, we've actually got the level 2 X-bows with an effective rating of 2.5, so that's just 0.05 under the wizard tower. And then level 3 X-bow is actually number 4 in our list at 2.0. So all very, very good upgrades on your base if you just want to have the strongest base as fast as possible. After that, guys, is the air defense with a rating of 1.8. So very good, very fitting. If you are a war-oriented person, you may want to put that up at the top, the number 1, because the air defense is so important for defending the lava loon or loonian attacks. The air defense is definitely the key. So if you're war-oriented, or if you just feel like it, I wouldn't blame you if you upgraded your air defenses first. But just simply math-based, the air defense is limited because it only attacks air troops. That's why it's not number 1 on our list. After that, guys, we've got the cannon. And the cannon has a rating of 1.7, only 0.1 under the air defense. It's got an excellent range. The problem with the cannon is that it only targets ground troops, but it's actually better than the archer tower right now, because the level 11 cannon adds more damage per second than the archer tower. So that's really the only reason I can come up with for why the archer tower would be lower. And it's only lower right now. Its effective rating is 1.65, so it's only 0.05 less than the cannon. But the archer tower is excellent excellent because it's got such huge range, targets both ground and air, and the DPS added is actually pretty decent. After that, guys, the effective rating drops very, very sharply for the hidden Tesla at 0.8. Now, a lot of war guys would say upgrade your Tesla first, right next to the archer, the air defense. But the problem with the Tesla is that the upgrade takes forever. It's a super, super long upgrade, and it's got such a small radius that it mathematically scores lower than these other defenses. And again, guys, it's an excellent upgrade, but it takes a long time, and this guide was all about using math, Excel to be exact, using math to figure out how to put the most damage on your base as fast as possible, and that hidden Tesla's time really hindered it. Right after that, guys, we've got the bomb tower with a rating of 0.56, so actually significantly lower than the Tesla. The reason why the bomb tower is so low is because of the range. It only targets ground, and the DPS it actually adds is very, very low. And the same idea for the mortar. Guys, the mortar has an excellent range, but it's only got an effective rating of 0.53, just under the bomb tower. And its issue, again, is it doesn't add a lot of DPS, and it only targets ground, and we all know air is a very powerful meta right now in Clash of Clans. After that, guys, we only have the air sweeper, and it couldn't be added into our math because it doesn't actually do damage, but it's a good idea to upgrade your sweepers whenever you want to. A lot of people recommend upgrading it maybe second or third because everything that helps you defend air is a good idea. And also, guys, I've got the walls on here because I don't want you guys to forget that the walls are very, very important. You want to get them all to level 9 as soon as you can, and then start on that level 10 wall grind because it does take quite some time. But guys, that is the overall idea of which defenses you should upgrade first. Remember, you've already maxed out your offense, you've maxed out your resource buildings, you've maxed out all of your new and existing traps, and you've got your new defenses to max Town Hall 8 level so that everything can follow this guide. And here we are, guys, on to the final portion of this guide, talking about which troops and spells you should upgrade in the laboratory. Now, I want to remind you that this is very personal. If you decide that you love ground attacks, then there's no reason for you to upgrade air troops or vice versa. But based on current meta and knowing which troops are super strong and which ones are not, this is my recommended upgrade order for you if you are a war player. If you are just a farmer, then and you don't war, then the rule of thumb, guys, is only upgrade the troops you use. That is the main thing. The giants would definitely be your #1 troop to upgrade, but after that, just upgrade whatever troops you use, including the balloons, which is an incredibly valuable upgrade for any Town Hall 9, whether they war or whether they farm. The loons and the giants are for you. But this guide right here is for war, and again, guys, you can do whatever you want. This is just my personal recommendation. Alright, guys, coming in first on our list are the Hog Riders. The Hog Riders are one of the best attack strategies at Town Hall 8, so it makes sense that as you transition to Town Hall 9 that you'd still use Hogs as you practice and learn other attack strategies. So upgrading your Hog Riders and using them for a primary attack as a new Town Hall 9 is very, very important, and also a very powerful and stable attack strategy. Even max Town Hall 9s that know all the other attack strategies will still fall onto Hog Riders if a base design is incredibly difficult. Now, the Hog Riders are also one of the most versatile troops for Town Hall 9s and are one of the most controllable troops. So overall, the best troop as long as you keep them under a heal spell. Number 2 on our list, guys, are going to be the balloons. Now, if you look at the statistics of the balloons in your game, you'll see that the upgrade to level 6 is incredible, and you will not regret upgrading this troop. You can use them for farming at first, or you can start using Lava Loon once you unlock your Lava Hounds. But overall, guys, the balloon upgrade is so valuable with so much added to the troop that there's no way you can't upgrade it. Even if you don't use them for a while, it's a very, very valuable upgrade. Next after that, guys, we have the healing spell, and again, kind of going in with the Hog Riders, guys. The Hog Riders, again, needing those heal spells to survive giant bombs and wizard towers and bomb towers. The healing spell, getting that boost, will help you keep those Hog Riders alive even better under some extreme damage on the base. Nextly, guys, we've got the healers. Now, we're going to upgrade the healers to level 4 because of the Queen Walk. We're getting to that point in this, 4 laboratory upgrades into Town Hall 9. If you're being persistent and you're upgrading your queen as fast as possible, guys, and keeping things very focused, you're gonna have a queen that is ready to queen walk, and a queen walk is incredibly powerful if done right. So upgrading those healers is absolutely my number 4 recommendation. Next, guys, we've got the golems, and the golems go from level 2 to level 4 as a 1009, so you get 2 levels. Do them back to back if you can. The golems having more HP. It's not about the damage, it's about that HP for that golem. Being able to soak up damage longer will allow you more time, more room for error, more stability in your attacks, especially if you're using a ground kill squad and sending in your hog riders around the base as your clan castle bowlers or your heroes or whatever go into the base and wipe out enemy heroes or enemy clan castles or whatever it is you're using. The stronger those golems are, the better. So it's definitely a good stabilizer troop for you, and also will just get you that many more 3 stars, which is what we're looking for right now. After that, guys, we've got the lava hounds, and the lava hounds by now you should have unlocked in the dark barracks a long time ago, and the lava hound level 2 is that much more stable as well. Whenever, as you guys know, the lava hound goes ahead, you got your balloons behind you, you might rage or haste spell those balloons over, and then they take out the air defense. Well, the longer those hounds can sit over that air defense, the better, because that's going to allow your balloons to come in and wipe out those air defenses. So stability, again, just like the golem, the stability of a stronger, more beefy lava hound will help you get that much more 3 stars. And also, guys, lava loon, now you've got your upgraded balloons from number 2. Lava loon is an incredibly powerful attack at Town Hall 9 and definitely should be learned once you master the hog riders. Following that, guys, we've got the giants, and again, I mentioned that for farmers, but the giants have a huge impact for everybody because you will most likely use them for farming at one point or another. You need to farm to be able to upgrade your troops, be able to upgrade your base, be able to do your walls, whatever it is that you're doing, and the upgrade for the giants is actually extremely beneficial as well. So upgrading the giants will just help you as a Town Hall 9 overall, whether you're using them in your attacks or not in war. Following that, guys, we've got the jump spell. Now, upgrading the jump spell will double the amount of time that they can stay on the base, and that is incredibly valuable because sometimes that funnel takes a little longer than you'd expect, and your troops get stuck behind a wall because that level 1 jump spell disappears. So having a longer jump spell will allow you more room for error, will allow you more time for all of your troops to use that jump spell to funnel into that base and, take out the enemy heroes of the clan castle. So it's an incredibly valuable, incredibly important to upgrade for you to do as a new Town Hall 9, and actually I think you're getting into mid Town Hall 9 as well. Next up, guys, we've got the Valkyries, and the Valkyries are an incredibly beneficial upgrade, guys. They probably deserve to be a little bit higher, but at Town Hall 9 there's so many options, so many great options for a 3-star that you have got to just consider which troops you want to use. But the Valkyries, guys, get 2 upgrades going from level 2 to level 4, and they get so much stronger at level 4, guys. And again, with that jump spell, those Valkyries getting into that base, you want to be able to get them in, and they're so good, especially under a rage spell and wiping out the enemy king, the enemy queen, clan castle, walls, whatever it is you need them to do. They are willing to do it. They're definitely a driving force for any Town Hall 9 ground attack. And then following that, guys, is the witch level 2. Now, the witch is subject to conversation in a lot of war attacks right now, called the MSMD. I've got a guide again in my guides playlist. Go check it out. But you can use basically witches and golems and wipe out any Town Hall 9 as long as it's executed properly. And the level 2 witch is absolutely necessary in order to pull that off. So in the past, it's been said don't upgrade your witches because it'll bring in a lot of war weight. I'm telling you that the weight is worth it because the witch is so powerful. Following that, guys, we've got the dragons, and the dragons are always going to be a powerful troop. They're a good backup troop in case you want to do maybe a core dive with your dragons, or to wrap the base or cascade through the base after some zap quake action. The dragons will always be a staple troop, and the more HP and the more DPS that they're doing, the better off they are. Following that, guys, we've got the wizard, and the wizard generally is overemphasized. The witch or the wizard will just shoot buildings. They're an excellent funneling troop and an excellent backup troop for your kill squad, but they do an amazing amount of damage unupgraded. So once you upgrade them, you'll notice maybe a tiny change to the effectiveness of the wizard, but it's always a good idea once all the other troops are upgraded to go ahead and get that wizard upgraded as well. And then following that, guys, we've got the poison spell, and the poison spell that much more effective at slowing down and killing the enemy clan castle, slowing down the enemy heroes, maybe sniping some skeleton traps that come out and bug your hog riders. The stronger the higher level that poison spell is, the more effective it'll be, and should also keep your kill squad alive longer while killing those troops. So a poison spell, a strong poison spell, is very worth it, guys. And then after that is the haste spell, which is a new dark spell for Town Hall 9. All it does is speed up troops. It does not speed up their attack or anything. And the haste spell doesn't, like, the upgrades don't seem to make a huge difference in the speed. It's only a few percentage points. So you will see people that want to overemphasize the haste spell. Upgrading it's not going to make a big difference, but based on all the things that we've already done, the haste spell is definitely next on our list of priorities. Now, following that, guys, we have the baby dragon. Now, the level 2 baby dragon is significantly stronger than the level 1 baby dragon, but again, guys, the baby dragons are primarily used for a funnel troop, and so upgrading them will only increase the speed of your funnel and is definitely not a top priority. But on certain bases, especially weak bases to this attack strategy, you can queen walk, take out all the air defenses, and wipe out the entire base with baby dragons. A lot easier if your baby dragons are level 2. So it is a mid to low priority for you, but definitely worthwhile. After that, guys, we've got the barbarians, and simply for if you're farming or if you want to increase the strength of your king's special ability, the Iron Fist. The level of your barbarians determines the level of those barbarians during that Iron Fist ability. So just upgrading the barbarian simply for the barbarian king's ability, and same thing with the next one, which are the archers. Again, for the queen's royal cloak ability, the stronger those archers, the more damage or the more tanking that they will do for that archer queen while she's under her cloak. And then you know, once she arrives back, hopefully she can take out a few more buildings. So it's a good idea to upgrade your archers as well. And then following that, guys, are the goblins. Now, if you're a hardcore farmer, you're going to want to upgrade your goblins earlier, but if you're not, no big deal. But the goblin is very, very important for the goblin knife attack strategy. Again, check out my guides playlist for a guide or two on the goblin knife. But upgrading the goblin knife, the goblins is extremely important for that. But as far as war is concerned, we're pretty much at the troops that are of really no consequence. You very rarely see goblins used in war attacks. Following that, guys, we've got the lightning spell. Now, the lightning spell actually has very little value whenever it comes to the upgrade. You can use lightning spells to take out air defenses in like a Zap Quake moment where you drop an earthquake spell and then 2 lightning spells, but upgrading the lightning spell won't make a big difference on how effective that particular strategy is. So the lightning spell is just an additional thing. It's something that should be done at the end of Town Hall 9. Following that, guys, we got the minions, and the minions are actually a bottom dweller on our list, you know, second from the bottom. And the minions, all they do really in war is maybe picking off some free buildings at the beginning of an attack. You really don't see them doing a whole lot else. So it's a bottom dweller for sure, but having a stronger minion will speed up that process of stealing some free percentage off of buildings that are outside the range of an air targeting defense. And then finally, guys, the earthquake spell. Now, mathematically, if it's still the same, and I do believe it is, the earthquake spell holds no, like the upgrade holds no value for adding or making a Zap Quake more proficient. So upgrading the earthquake spell really does nothing for you. Although it is recommended to do that before you go to Town Hall 10, it will not affect you in war whether you do or you do not. So, guys, that is it for me as far as a laboratory list. I will put up a list on the screen of the overall idea of this Town Hall 9 upgrade. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. Again, remember, it's your game. You do what you want, but that's my recommendations coming from a serious war clan and also from a serious clasher. Believe me, I used math, so I'm a serious clasher. But, guys, I hope you learned something. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like this video if you did. Please subscribe and join the Klaus family for daily Clash of Clans content, for streams and whatnot. We have a lot of fun on this channel. And also, please share this video with the clanmates, with your friends, your family, your dog, whoever plays Clash of Clans in your circle that could benefit from learning more about Town Hall 9. But guys, that is it for me. Again, I love each and every one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. And as always, guys, I will see y'all again next time.